Hey y'all, welcome in, welcome in. All right, so first I'm going to do a overall energy for the collective as we are still in Scorpio season, but we're leaving out. So in this, we're going to be doing what is leaving and then what is coming in. Because anytime something leaves, something comes in. Incense is strong. I thought I got myrrh and I ended up getting frankincense, but that's all right. It's still good. I like the smell of myrrh better. But we're going to start off with ancestor message. I know in the past 30 minutes, my temperature went up like another 10 degrees. Sweating. One second. Are you on there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see you.
I'm the only one on there.
Well, you've got a text. You got to put something. Sorry about that. I'm trying to add a moderator here. Okay. All right. I got you added as a moderator. Thank you, daughter. All right. So let's go with overall messages for the collective energy. What guidance do we have from our ancestors, higher selves? What's the energy right now? What do we need to know as far as what's going out, what's leaving? I think we need to focus more on what is coming in as far as like being open. We need to be more allowing, open and allowing. That's what I'm getting. Just to let the old fall away. Realignment. 24, that equals a 6. Sixes are about, reciprocity, equal give and take. Feel the ebb and flow of life. 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 11 seashells on this card. We get a lot of, there's a lot of water on this card. A lot of water energy. Her hair looks like water. So to me, that's emotion. And with that moon up here and the sun here, I'm getting, the balance, which also coincides with the realignment, with the balance between the sun and the moon. But I feel like, that's internal within us. Light and dark. Masculine, feminine. Basically, like I was talking about as we were shuffling, about just being in the moment. Just feel the ebb and flow. So flow state. So open, allowing for it to come, for whatever is to come in, just open. Just allow things to flow naturally. The bottom of the deck is authenticity. It's a number 1, let your truth be heard. So, we're starting back at 1. It's like starting over. See the little baby owls up there, they have wisdom. They've been through a lot, as far as like, since they're new baby owls, they just came into this world. But that's kind of like what a rebirth is about, When you rebirth and you've been through a lot of lessons and then things start changing and you learn from those lessons, the energy shifts within you, and then you'll have your next lesson come in. But I feel like, with these baby owls, we're a lot like that energetically. We have the wisdom and knowledge, things that we've experienced. We know the lessons that we learned thus far. We know the things that we've gone through, and we know how that relates to us, our inner being, our inner self. And I feel with this as well that that we are getting back to the truth of who we are, with that authenticity. Kind of like being new all over again. With that right there on the bottom. Is that a unicorn? Yeah, it's a unicorn. I was like, I don't know if that's a horse or if that's a unicorn, but I do see a little thing on there. But don't be afraid to be the unicorn. Don't be afraid to be different. We're all different than everybody else, regardless. None of us are exactly the same. Even twins, even though they may look the same, they are different. So let your truth be heard. So, like I said, what your guides, ancestors, your higher self is asking is for you to just allow things to flow and be as authentic as you can possibly be. Be in the moment and be your true authentic self. Allow that person to shine. Allow that person to show out. That vibration. Just allow it to shine. There's been a lot of nurturing energy this past, I would say, since the past eclipses. A lot of nurture energy, a lot of ancestors coming through to assist us during this realignment. So we use this deck to see what is leaving. So guidance. What is leaving? I feel like like I said, the first channel message is, whatever is meant to go regardless. So, okay, what is leaving? Well, offer of more chaos. Do you want to repeat the lesson? Or it can also be, is this a piece of you that you're letting go of? Knowing when things come in, knowing when, I think a lot of us have let go of this energy right here. This Five of Wands, this defensive energy, being defensive. Chaotic energy, fighting back, etc. Giving energy to things that do not serve your highest good. Five of Wands. Or being involved in things around people, places, or things that involve this type of energy. People come in, start talking about, they come in with this and they're like, hey, and then they tell you about some kind of craziness that's going on, and you're like, no, I'm letting that go. I'm not going to give my energy to that anymore. I don't want to be a part of it anymore. But I feel like that's what is leaving at this current time. A lot of us have been in this place to where, that we already have explored this part of ourselves to where we know what we want and what we don't. And we don't want this type of interaction. And, sometimes when we are going through a realignment, we will have this. We will have not just within, it's really within self, because whatever we are within, we project outwards. So whatever you have going on inside of yourself, the energy flows out of you. So if you're having any turmoil going on within yourself, to where your old self is kind of having a little fight with your true self, saying that, this is where we used to be comfortable, was in this chaotic energy, quick to, and that's what I get with this Ace of Wands, because that's fast energy. But, wands, passion, that kind of stuff, just jumping into things real quick, or jumping into chaotic situations, or jumping into like quick answers, and, immediately come to the defense. That stuff we're letting go of. That we're letting that go. We're flowing, and we're letting that go. All right, let's see. I'll shuffle this, and then I'm going to see what is coming in. Guidance. What is coming in. It's coming in. Yes, like I said, we're starting back at one. At the bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. Past life can be past life energy. Past life situation, relationships, past life contracts. All right. What is coming in for the collective? What do they need to be prepared for? They just need to be in flow. The 10 of Cups came out. This is within self. But 10 of Cups also represents, happy home, happy life, happy wife, happy husband, the whole package. But to me, I feel like this is within self, because we've been doing the work on self, right? So now, this is what we want to create, what we want to manifest. This is what we've been working on. One more card, please. Okay. Page of Pentacles. So, a steady offer coming in. So, we're wanting to manifest this. This is what we want to manifest. This. Within self, we want to have the balance of energy with our emotions, but also grounded energy, to be able to offer this, so that, if we're in this energy of 10 of Cups, then that's what we'll get in return. So we have to be grounded. We also have to be balanced within emotions as well. Cups are about emotions. And so if this is what we give out, this slow, steady offer, we're more discerning about what we do, what we say, what we think. This is what is coming in. This is what's being manifested with this current energy. These are the seeds that are being planted. Not being afraid to show your emotions, but in a way that is very grounded, very loving, very nurturing, compassionate, and stable. All of these things are within self. These are things that we as a collective are creating. This is what we want to manifest. And that's what we have within, and a lot of you guys have been in Four of Swords, going within. Swords of mental energy. So going within self. taking that time to meditate, taking that time that you need for self to heal. Three of Wands, and then waiting on the manifestations to come in. But the key is, and we know this, we don't want to create a resistance by the weight energy, which, this isn't a Four of Pentacles, so, you know, I think it's Four of Pentacles or it's Four of Cups, where he's been offered the cup and he's just sitting there looking at it like, I don't know if I want it. But three, I feel like, this is kind of where we're being not necessarily held. I just feel like this is within self. We know that this is a time to just, with that earth energy there, be in a state of flow and relax. Take whatever time that it is that you need right now to process this energy that we've let go of. The old energy of rushing in, chaos, conflict, popping off answers, being more discerning, loving, caring, nurturing, grounded. So, whatever with that energy of, the fire energy, the wands energy, releasing, that Four of Swords going within mental energy, saying, okay, I'm letting go of this pattern. I'm letting it go of this old way, this old version. And to me, honestly, I feel more so than anything, it is the old version of ourselves that it is has been trying to rear its head from time to time. But it's that inner knowing with the Four of Swords. Because Fours, to me represents stability, but Swords is mental energy. So whatever you're telling yourself, make sure you're telling, what stories are you telling yourself in your mind? And, we're paying attention to the seeds that we're planting. We're being more discerning. We're more in a heart-centered space, with all that cups, that's 10 cups. That's a lot of emotional energy. And I'm sure some of you, I know I myself have experienced, a little bit of a roller coaster emotion throughout this past, especially since the eclipses, and that's stepping back into heart space, stepping back into the heart chakra, allowing it to open up. I had brought these two decks out, so if I had anyone come on for a read, I was going to utilize these to see what was leaving and what is coming in. So far, I just have my one moderator on there, so I'm going to hold off on those. I do feel like this is the energy that collectively we're in. Those that resonate with me at this point. We're all on different timelines, so not everyone, and it's not a competition, it's not a race, it's none of that. You'll have different people that you resonate with because they're on a similar timeline, a similar path. No one is better than the other. No one is. We're all continuously learning. We're all students and teachers. But just by allowing this flow, not equaling as 6 as possible. Some of you are seeing 2s, 4s, 4s or 6s, 1s or 5s. With Scorpio, that is the energy of change. Scorpio is all about change. Death and transformation, death, rebirth, that is Scorpio energy. And I know we're getting closer to leaving out of Scorpio energy, but this is the transformation right now. I don't know about you guys, but I've been in the best mood. I'd say for the past week, it really just hit me, ever since my birthday, and it's really a way different, not way different, but I mean, the energy is so much lighter and joyful, and being able to have joy every single day and gratitude. Um, I feel like the collective, because I know I am not alone in this world, and I feel like a lot of the collective are experiencing this, those that resonate with me in this channel. Um, in all honesty, whatever's leaving is meant to leave. I mean, we know. I mean, we like having, that fire energy, and there's nothing wrong with fire energy, nothing at all. It's about knowing how to use it properly. Be passionate, be loving, let the fire energy shine, like you would see in a campfire. Let it just radiate outside of you. But this part, the combative part, the defensive part, but basically, this, we all know, a lot of us know this, that part of us we created as a child because we believed that was how we had to protect ourselves. And it was either something we witnessed, or we believed that that was something that we had to do to protect ourselves. So, we would either be defensive, or what would we do? We would hide, one or the other. But I feel like this is the primary that they're telling you, this is the main energy that's going away. Quick jump to conclusion energy. You know, this is not who we are. And we know this. We know we are loving beings. And this energy right here does not serve us. Because it just creates more of this, right? We don't want that. We don't want that. This is what we're creating. And look how beautiful that looks. We filled our cup because we know that if we cannot fill our own cup, then how are we going to offer that to another person? You know? 10 of Cups, Emotion overflowing, joy, gratitude, just having that, being grateful every day. I'm seeing like bees on here and grass and cats, so being grateful for the things that we have around us, the home, and maybe not all of us have a home, maybe some of us have an apartment, but just being thankful for what we do have. The animals, the pets in our lives, the people in our lives, being grateful for all of those things. And in turn, this is what's being brought in. And then the grounded energy of the page. You know, and as you see with that peacock in the back, you know, his feathers are down. So, you know, he's a page. He's respectful. He's not boastful. He's not showing out, you know, as far as like his peacock feathers. But I feel like, you know, honestly, I feel like if he's feeling this Ten of Cups energy, I have a feeling those feathers are going to show up. Because they're already showing, you know, just flowing there on the card. They're there, but in a way, it's him shining his light, him, her, them, shining their light, but not in a way that is, you guys get what I'm saying? Not in a way that is going to harm another person. Because we know that when we do that, we harm ourselves. And usually when that happens, we're currently talking down to ourselves, and then we project the energy to somebody else. So that's not what we're doing. We are manifesting the Ten of Cups. You know, this is what we're bringing in. Because this is what we are within right now. This is the energy of what's coming in. And the offer of the page. Page is youthful energy. Having that childlike innocence again, you know, that childlike feeling. Grounded energy, not all over the place, not in and out. Very grounded, stable offer. And I feel like, you know, collectively a lot of us this is what we're ready for. We've done the work. And our ancestors know this. And I feel like they've really been with us so heavy, you know, lately, especially with Scorpio energy. You know, it's Scorpio season, you know, I feel, and I think a lot of other people agree, is, you know, as far as the intensity of, you know, a lot of ancestors and stuff being felt more during that time. Um, and then tonight, you know, we have the 11:11 portal. Today was the 11:11 portal. So a lot of relationships coming together. It doesn't necessarily have to just be romantic. It can be friendships. It can be new business partnerships and things like that. But these are going to be things that are from our heart space, from a place of love and compassion and just overall joy, you know, and appreciation. Because that's what we feel now within ourselves. And then just, you know, make sure that you're being true to yourself, authentic. You know, that's what I feel like the big shift, this last shift was, you know, weeding out some of the things so that, you know, we can truly be our true authentic self and standing in our power. You know, that's what a one is. Number one, starting from the beginning as a new one. You know, I get Aries energy from that. You know, three, you know, because we had another three out here. I think it was underneath the four. Yeah, the Three of Wands. But threes, you know, and that can be collaborations, you know, waiting on the manifestations to come in, but being in a state of flow, not in a state of waiting, but in a state of flow. When you're in a state of flow, then the stuff comes in. I mean, you don't have to sit there, and it's getting out of your head basically. When you let it go and you just allow the energy to flow, allow the things that are supposed to leave, whatever needs to be said, you know, and just make sure, and like I said, with the Ten of Cups, being loving and nurturing with whatever it needs to be, whatever truth needs to be heard. And this can be from another person. Some of you may be getting certain truths that you may not have known as far as what's coming in. This is at the bottom. So the bottom to me, I've always looked at that as subconscious. So a lot of you may be getting certain downloads right now about things that you may not have realized about yourself, or things you may not have put the dots together about yourself. Like something like maybe from childhood that you can remember, or some of you may be getting that. Some of you may just be getting downloads from ancestors, your higher self, your guides, whatever you subscribe to as far as how you receive your messages. So it can be a truth that you get that way, or it can be a truth from someone else. But either way, we're being asked to be authentic. You know, this is the energy that we're stepping into. Being compassionate, being loving, and not being afraid to speak your truth. Not being afraid to speak of the things that you need to talk about. Because as kids, a lot of us had this, defensive energy where we felt like, man, I can't. Are you crazy? I can't speak my mind. Because if I do, then this is what I'm going to get. I can't speak what I feel. I don't have a voice. That kind of energy. That's old patterns. That's an old childhood belief. As a kid, you may have had strict parents or something, and when you talked about certain things, then you felt like you were being attacked. So you're like, no, if I do that, if I speak my truth, this is what I get. So a lot of us took that as kids and we said, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not. But that's going away. We're letting that go because that doesn't serve us. This is what serves us, is letting our truth be heard. Not be afraid to be yourself. Be authentic. Who you are. With the owls. Who you are. Who says that? I know there's something like that in Alice in Wonderland. The worm guy. I also did a reading. It was like one of my earlier readings. So that Who Are You Really reading I have may apply to the collective right now. You guys may go check that out. It's on my list. The refrigerator just confirmed that. Confirm it again. I feel like there's another movie though that has to do with that. No, it might just be Alice in Wonderland. Some of you may be watching that, or some of you might need to watch it. Alice in Wonderland. And a lot of you are stepping into, certain positions, to where You're being more compassionate and stable with, we're being more compassionate, stable with our offers. But like I said, this is what's coming in, So if it's within us, obviously, mirror energy. But don't be afraid. And I don't feel like any of you guys are, because we've already released a lot of the fear. Time to time, it will pop back up, We lived in this energy for a long time, so it's okay if it pops up every once in a while. But now we see it, and we can say, okay, I see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go meditate, or I'm going to go take a couple minutes to myself, and I'm going to look at it. Three of Wands, even though this is kind of, but I'm going to look at it. I'm going to look at what this is, within me, and I'm not going to do this immediate, quick. This is not me. This doesn't serve me. This is what I want, and this is what I want to give. This is who I am. This is who I am. I see no fear in this. So I mean, look at his face. He's pretty sure of himself. And the people in the cards look very happy. This is who we are. That is what I have for you guys. Just thought I would come on. It's 11. It's the 11 local portal. I felt like there was a message that needed to come out from the ancestors. Whoever needs the message will get it. So thank you all very much for being here. And thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes. And give yourself some love. Be proud of yourself. You've come a long ways. I love ya. Come back and see me. And I will see you guys soon. I'll be live again. I'm not sure when, but I'll send you guys a message. You'll know. Have a beautiful evening and have a great day tomorrow. Love you guys.